welcome to Sully Roots Gaming. Um, just talking about whatever. So I saw Cats, and I have a bit of a controversial opinion on it. A lot of people are hating on it. I understand why. I really do. It's not perfect. It's not great. It's not that bad. It could have been better. Yes, of course. It can always be better. I just don't think it was as bad as everyone says it was. I mean, I've definitely seen worse. So before I get into that too much, I'm going to talk about one other thing first. I love musicals. I watched Hairspray today because I love Hairspray. It's legitimately one of my favorite movies. I always have enjoyed it. From the '88 version by John Waters up to the film version they released, or the musical version they released in '07. They also did that live version on NBC, CBS, one of the fucking alphabet channels. I watched that today as well because I was curious. Actually, I won't lie, I bought it. It was $2 either way to rent or buy. So I figured, what the hell, why not? I bought it and I enjoyed it. But Cats, I rented. I actually went on my way and rented it. So I kept hearing all this bad about it. I'm like, I gotta check this movie out. Is this as bad as everyone says it is? And honestly, it's really not. Is it good? Far from. It's not a good movie, but at the same time, look at a lot of other films that came out at that time. A lot of other films that came out in history. You got Rocky Horror, In the Room, Troll 2. You know, these are all movies that, in my time and before, are very well beloved for good reason. They're all decent enough movies. In the sense that they're so good, they're bad. They're so bad, they're good. Taking it as someone who's seen movies that just do not function, that do not work well, do not entertain at all. It works. I don't like, so before anyone, before we continue on, I must say I don't like Andrew Lloyd Webber. I actually don't like him at all. I think he's a crap director or crap writer, and I don't like Phantom of the Opera. I have seen it. I hated it. You know, I prefer Sondheim because I feel Sondheim writes better characters. But at the end of the day, Andrew Lloyd Webber has been around for a long time and probably has more respect than Sondheim. I actually really thought it wasn't the worst movie ever. I think it could have been better. Absolutely could have been better. Of course it could have. Every movie can be better. That's not me saying, oh, well, blah, blah. It's not an excuse for what doesn't work in the movie. Because there is stuff that doesn't work. But I'm going to start with what I think of, in general, everything. What I think of characters, songs, situations that happen, you know. Okay, so first off, it's obviously a movie about a cult. That doesn't take much to guess. If you watch a movie, listen to the song, listen to how they talk about things, it's a movie about a cult. It's hidden. but it's there. Look at the way they talk about old Deuteronomy and stuff, the way they talk about being jellicle cats, all that crap. It's obviously a cult. It still isn't the worst cult movie, isn't the worst movie like that. I mean, I really enjoyed a lot of it. I won't lie, I didn't think it was half bad. Again, I've seen movies that just do not work as a movie. I can start with Twilight and work my way down. It is still a better story than Twilight. It works better than Twilight. That's not saying much though, because God knows a turd works better than Twilight most of the time. But that's neither here nor there. I really, honest to God, did not hate the movie. I would go as far to say, kind of liked it. I'm not going to recommend it to anybody because it doesn't. Because while it does function, technically, it also doesn't technically function on so many levels as a film. It's also coming from a stage play that doesn't have a story, doesn't really have character development, and then they did the worst thing you can do. Instead of leaving it as a review, as Miss Lindsay Ellis said, instead of leaving it as a review-esque film, they turned it into a film with a storyline. So before I go into what didn't work, I'm going to talk about what did work, okay? Because it has good parts. You're not going to hear about those parts, but it does have parts that do work and do work well. First off, there's a scene, the main actress who plays the main character, hell if I know her name, or the actress's name. Victoria, I think, is the stupid cat's name. Either way, works. Is a good dancer. She is a good singer. That's not really saying much because, God, terrible movies I still enjoy, I know are bad. It's not trying to be anything other than a film version of a play. Not a play I've watched, not a play I really care about, and not from a writer I give two craps about, because I don't like Andrew Lloyd Webber. I like almost zero he does. Because I don't care about, like I said earlier, I don't care about Phantom of the Opera at all. I don't think it's a good movie. I don't think it's a good stage play. I do like the old version, but that's neither here nor there. I'm getting sidetracked. It's a lot easier when I'm talking to someone, but she's at work right now, so can't really talk. But I can talk about this movie. There were a few things that it could have done without. It could have done without Rebel Wilson. And it could have done without James Corden. In my opinion, their crap with all their crap with all the freaking, oh, we can, I don't know what my brain is. Oh, we're gonna let them improvise. Just didn't work. It really didn't. I don't like Rebel Wilson. Full disclosure, I don't like Rebel Wilson. I don't like Rebel Wilson at all. I don't like anything she does, for the most part. First Pitch Perfect was okay. It wasn't perfect, but it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun, and that's about as far as I can go with it. I do not think it was the it wasn't worthy of two sequels. That's for goddamn certain. It was not worthy of two sequels. It will never be worthy of two sequels. There's nothing it can do to be worthy of two sequels. It's passable as a first film.
Please, you do the honors. Could have used more fire. I think we got their attention.
I really did think Idris Elba was horrible and unappealing. He was not fun in the film at all. They somehow made him unappealing. I cannot figure out how, but they did. In a way, I didn't think you can make Idris Elba unappealing. However, he wasn't the worst part. Still belongs to Rebel Wilson because I hate her so much. And I'm not trying to be mean, not trying to be rude. I genuinely freaking hate that actress. I really did not have fun with her in the movie. Her scenes. They should have just played her scenes straight up as they were, without the improv. James Corden, he's a fat guy, so we're gonna make fun of him being a fat guy by making him the fattest cat in the movie. I'm thinking about other things here. Because there is a ton to talk about with this movie. James Corden's character is what I was talking about. He absolutely was he made his scenes were a slog to get through as well. They basically played off he's fat the entire freaking time, with no real payoff to it other than he's fat. Oh, he's hungry, so he's gonna jump into a trash can and he's fat. He lands out of the trash can on the ship and he's still fat. And eating the whole time, basically, okay? What's her face? Lovely Rebel Wilson. Same way. She was a slog to watch. She was boring to watch. She seriously did the worst thing you do as an actress in a movie that doesn't need an amount of comedy. You could just straight up have told the story as it was, and it would have worked as well. But no. Instead, what do? We make her annoying, more so than she needs to be. We make her unfun, and we turn on the camera and do what we did with Ghostbusters 2016. And this is not a slight because they're women. I don't care if they're women or men. They could have made a good film with only women. But what they did was they took and they literally made her. They turned the camera on with Ghostbusters 2016 and said, "Okay, here, improvise. It'll be funny." Improvisation with no direction is what's funny, and that doesn't work. And that's basically what they did with her. And I reiterate, it doesn't work. James Corden, it felt like he just was like, "Hey, I'm here." And their acting was not up to par with everyone else. You have, for God's sake, you have Dame Judi Dench as Old Deuteronomy. Okay, you have Ian McKellen as Gus the Theater Cat. They had so much more of an effect on the movie and on me and their small parts than anything else in the movie, minus Victoria, I think is her name, and the damn magic cat, and that's because I like magic, so, you know. It's still not a great movie. It's not perfect. But I honestly don't think it's the worst movie like people say it is. I mean, The Room functions as a movie, but it's not good, and we know it's not good, so what do? We make fun of it. We have we have these awesome freaking midnight showings of it because it deserves them. You know? And it does, because it is so bad it's good. For sake, they made a movie about it, about the making of it, called The Disaster Artist. This is one of those movies that 20, 30, 10, 15 years time, it's going to be one of those movies where we're like, you remember that movie? Yeah, we should do freaking, you know. Hey, it's one. What did I get? Anyways, I'm torn because part of me knows it's not a good movie because of anything. Oh yeah, the CGI. Everyone talks about the CGI and how bad it is. But you know what? I've definitely seen more CGI. And bigger budget movies. I mean, let's be honest here. Avatar looked kind of plasticky, and not in any way that's a like, hey, look, they're great. No, they look like plastic. If you ask me, they look like toys, and because of the performance capture, you're like, oh, that wasn't that bad, and it was. I'm sorry, I disagree. I hate that movie as well. However, I have to say, this movie I didn't hate. I'm a man who's a snob for cinema, especially musicals. Okay, musicals are probably some I make fun if you feel the need to. I don't care. Musicals are fun to me. I enjoy a good musical, much as I enjoy a good horror film, or Casablanca, or a movie like that. I can enjoy all of them. But I'm watching this movie and I'm like, yeah, this movie's not great. It's definitely missing some stuff that it could definitely use, you know, that isn't just, oh, hey, look, you know, I mean, they kind of go with obvious jokes with some of the characters, but I forgave it because Lord knows I've seen movies that go with obvious jokes, and they do better than this movie. I've seen worse movies than this that people love. A number one prime example is that piece of crap. I just had it in my mind. The Transformers movies, okay? I talked to a lot of people who are like, oh, I like those movies. And I sit there and I don't make fun of them because I'm very much a live and let live kind of guy. Only question I ever have for them is, why the hell do you like these movies? They're all pretty bad. But you know what? I'm not going to tell them they don't like it. My best friend, Zoe, she likes BTK. I don't like them, but it's not because of them as people. It's not my style of music. I'd rather pop on Buddy Holly. But you know what? I don't tell her she can't like it. So if you like Cats, it's okay. There is worse movies people love. There's worse movies I love. I know they're bad movies. I know I like some of the worst movies ever made. Okay? I enjoy, unironically, the Sharknado movies because they are so bad. They're made to be that way, yes. But they're a form of exploitation movie, which unfortunately is slowly dying out because of modern Hollywood and modern politics and crap and identity politics. Not that I have an issue with identity politics, just, you know. Or representation, yes. But I kind of want to see those movies that are irreverent and have that inappropriate joke going on. You know, that, like in 40-Year-Old Virgin, that kind of movie can never be made today. Ever. What's up, bomb? Oh. And you know, I'm not going to apologize for liking a movie I know isn't the best movie. And not, it's one of those movies, I don't know if I mean, it's weird, because I like it and I hate it. It's like, wow, this movie is really not good, and then at the same time, it's like, wow, this movie's really not that bad. At least not as bad as people say it is. Is it? Does it have flaws? Of course it freaking does. I'm not gonna pretend like it's a. I'm not gonna pretend like it doesn't have flaws. It is a highly flawed film. But I would go as far as say is, you know, other movie musicals people love are more flawed. Okay. Sweeney Todd is my favorite musical of all time. I've seen it 1,000 times. The film and the play, and I think the film is highly flawed. I'm not going to go into why, just know that I feel the film is highly, highly flawed. Obviously, if you let me freaking do it. Anyways, oh, I enjoyed the movie more than I thought I would, but I hated the movie more than you should, because really it's not the worst movie ever. Bad as everyone's saying it is, but it is bad. So the positives, like I said, the actress who played Victoria, great she's a great dancer. Okay, that's the number one thing. She is an amazing dancer. Okay. Idris Elba put in a terrible performance. So bad it's good. Terrible. A character that apparently is like a small part in the play, who doesn't care about jellicles and all that horse crap.
We're taking down Pretty Boy and our crew needs your help. Something about a suit?
And suddenly, comically enough, he is just terrible. He really is that bad in the movie. It's disgustingly terrible, and I can't help but love it. That's the honest truth. I can't help but enjoy it. I can't help but enjoy everything about it. About his performance, because it is literally so bad. It is good. It is so bad. There's nothing redeemable about it. It's the only movie I've seen where Idris Elba is not an interesting character. And that's saying something, because to make a decent actor,
For Trashlantis!
to go from making a decent actor into a character who just is so boring is amazing and so bad. And then on top of this, so he's a, I'm sure you have freaking eyes, but it's a black actor, and hysterically, rather than just making him a black freaking cat, they make his fur the same color as his skin, and it is so beautifully bad. Mwah, I loved it. The songs aren't that bad, but honestly, Vanessa Hudson, I think is her name, something like that. The main actress, or the actress in it, her performance really. I'm sitting there and I'm watching the movie and I'm like, this just is not. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's kind of meh. I really just don't care about it. I don't care what happens. It's you know. So another positive is you have Dame Judi Dench and Ian McKellen. Both put in really great performances. Both really rocked the hell out of that freaking movie, man.
Better luck next life.
Like, they really freaking did. I honestly thought they were excellent in that movie. I really, thoroughly thought they were great actors in that movie. And that's saying something, because, I mean, you know, I remember when I was in high school, we read Macbeth. Okay? And when we read Macbeth, we also watched the Royal Shakespeare Committee's Macbeth, with Ian McKellen as King Macbeth, Sir Macbeth, whatever it's always called, and her as Lady Macbeth, and it rocked so hard. Honestly, it was just absolutely freaking amazing. I was in shock of how good it was. It made me fall in love with the Royal Shakespeare Committee, to the point that I have to watch Hamlet yet with David Tennant and Patrick Stewart as the uncle in a story about some really messed up crap. It was a really good performance on it. It's a really good version of it. I would absolutely recommend that one. But that's not important right now. What's important is we're talking about Cats. They put in a killer performance. Jason Derulo, who I'm not a fan of at all. Like, in the smallest part at all. I do not like his music. I do not like him as a singer. I really, just overall, do not enjoy him at all as a singer. But I gotta say, his acting, while bad, could have been a whole hell of a lot worse. Taylor Swift. What the hell was that accent? You're sitting there singing about how bad guys there, Idris Elba's there, and he's doing these things, and he disappears during blah 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 blah, and it's just like, what the hell are you smoking? What the hell is this crap? You know, and she has this voiceover. She's singing this song. I don't remember what the hell it's called. Mr. Mistopheles, I think. Mistopheles, whatever the hell his name is. I don't remember his freaking name. And she's singing the song, and it just is horrible. She's halfway through the song, she starts this British accent. And it's like, what is the point of this character? What is the point of her singing? What is she doing with her voice? So, anyways, Vanessa Hudson, whatever the hell her name is, she was amazing. Her, as I was talking about before, because I cracked for no reason, I'm watching the movie and thinking this is pretty bad. Not the worst ever, but definitely not a good movie. Laughing about some of the acting in this movie. And then she performs Memory. One of my least favorite songs from any musical ever, and she really legitimately made me cry with her performance. It honestly was really good. I honestly thoroughly enjoyed that song. I cannot say I didn't, because I'd be lying. Her rendition of Memory was just amazing. She had the pain in her eyes of remembering all this stuff and having all these happy memories, but they're so painful to her. These memories hurt her emotionally, physically, whatever. They hurt her, and you can see it, and she sells it so well. It's because she's Vanessa Hudson, and she really does bring it. I watched Hairspray Live earlier, as I said, with her in it, and she did a great performance in that. But that really was. That was something special. It really was. Like, honestly, it was a special performance, and I thoroughly loved it. She did so good on it. Oh Jesus, God, raps. And of course I am. She part in the movie. She's whatever the hell her G name is in the freaking movie. Like I said, I'm twisted, and part of me just absolutely freaking loved. Part of me thought it was absolutely amazing. That's not saying much because, you know, but honestly, performance is the one I really freaking got behind. I could seriously enjoy her performance in almost any musical, I believe, at all. I went over Dame Judi Dench. I went over the other A-list actors. Okay. I was watching Lindsay Ellis' video about it earlier, and she brought up a point that it seems like they brought in Mistopheles, whatever the hell his name is. The bad guy. I don't remember his freaking name. The bad guy. That's what I can give you. It seems like he's there. Ooh. To get, what the hell? It seems like he's there just to, it seems like he's there literally to get rid of the A-list actors, so they only had to do a few days on set. Which, honestly, it would not surprise me if that was the case. But they basically seem to get rid of, well, everybody. Okay? Like, he got rid of basically freaking everyone. Oh, crit spot. You're so beautiful. Like, that was essentially his point in the movie, was to get rid of freaking everybody. To just freaking, you know, oh, hey, look, here's Ian McKellen. We only have him for a few days. Let's get rid of him through this right here. It wasn't wasn't good. It wasn't nice. It didn't work well. And yet I still was like, yeah, that's cool. I love that. I mean, truly, I did. I loved it because it just showed how little how few ideas they had for it, and how little any of it worked. Just as a warning, it didn't with him. I'm trying to think. I mean, there's so much to it. Holy crapola!
Pasted and pasted.
Oh, there's so much with it that was just so bad, and so much with it that was just so good. Because of the fact that it was that bad. It was so bad it was good, and I can't help but like it. Even though I know it's not a good movie. I know it's not good at freaking all. I still loved it. Probably because it was bad. Just, you know, I think I've talked enough about this subject, so thank you for tuning in. Enjoy. I will talk to you later.